Hello Terrans, I'm Laura and this is tropetrinitytrilogy. Today I'll be reviewing Illuminae by Amie, Kaufman, and Kristoff. Illuminae is a really cool book. It's like, except for the fact that the cover thing, the whatever this is called, cannot stay on. I just can't even read with it because it's so slippery. But it looks so cool without it. Like, look at it. Am I not merciful? Like, this quote is just great. It's written in the form of computer documents, which is really unique. I have not seen it in any other books. I doubt this is the first book that's done it. But this is the first book I've read that's done it. So, that counts for something. So you can see all throughout, it's different colors and like documents and stuff. Oh, that one had a coffee. It even has a coffee stain in this one. Coffee stain. If you couldn't tell, this book is a sci-fi. Shocker, I know. The whole space theme really threw you off probably. The two protagonists are Katie and Ezra, who broke up right before the beginning of the book. Oh, and escaped their planet, which was just attacked by an enemy warship, which is now chasing them down on their escape fleet. So, I guess that's important too, but the breakup, guys, that's what really matters. The destruction of their planet and murder of hundreds, thousands innocent people. It's no big deal. I mean, like, guys, your priorities are really messed up if that's what you're concerned about. It's a fun, unique read, and if you're into sci-fi or want to try something new, I'd recommend it. It's not like the easiest sci-fi to get into, but if you're worried about hard science, it's not too much. You don't need to be like super well versed with sci-fi to get into it. I think you'll be good, but it's not like the most simple read, but still read it because it's freaking awesome. Cue analysis. The two protagonists, Katie and Ezra, are both really unique and fun, and I really like them. They both have strong personalities, and I genuinely care about their struggles and problems and their emotions, and I really empathize with them. With the side characters, other than them being funny or the fact that they made Katie and Ezra sad for some reason, which would make me sad, I never really got attached to them. I didn't really, honestly, care too much about them. Like, I cared about how it would make the protagonist feel, but they're kind of just there. Though, except for the AI, artificial intelligence, for anyone who doesn't watch crazy sci-fi movies, I guess. Aiden is freaking amazing and is one of my favorite antagonists. Like, book antagonists especially, I don't see that many book antagonists. So, I've read two pretty good book antagonists this year, which are now my top two favorites, which are Aiden and the Commandant. I call her the Commandant, but it's Commandant because I can't pronounce things. But anyway, Aiden is amazing. Aiden's a really complex villain. And the funny thing is Aiden's AI, so it's like artificial intelligence. You could have gone like a very like straight evil villain without any complexities. But I empathize with the AI. And now I'm just like, other authors, you got no excuse. This book made a computer sympathetic, empathetic, and just awesome and cool and intelligent. And I'm like, if your villain doesn't do that, you have no excuse now, because this artificial intelligence achieved that. So I don't know what's wrong with you other villains. Not that you need a sympathetic villain, but you need a villain that makes sense. And oh my gosh, Aiden is freaking amazing. If you couldn't tell, I'm like, love villains. So if you have a book with an awesome villain, you can leave it down below. I really like the style of documentation. It makes the book feel really grand scale. It allows you to know things that the protagonists don't know. And you get to see from the AI's point of view, which is awesome, obviously. I will say, though, that due to the choice at the beginning, the documents they use, the main type of documents kind of shift throughout the book. Like at the beginning, it's more like straight reports or like articles about events and talking about it, and conversations between like leaders of the ship. So it's not as gripping, and I had trouble getting into the story. All throughout there are like text message like things or interview transcripts, which are always really interesting and quick to read. But those didn't really carry it as much to make it super interesting. And when it went into the more like dull, slower reads, I kind of would like leave for a bit before coming back. But then as the book went throughout, it became a lot more gripping with video transcripts, AI point of view, which are some of my favorites, and more text messages and just awesome stuff. And like at the beginning it was just like, yeah, I'm going through it, but then near the end it's just like, oh my gosh, I have to finish this. It's like just so great. And once you get not even halfway through, it's like a third of the way through, that's when I really picked up pace and it got really cool. But don't get me wrong, it's not like it's boring. And even though it's in document form, like sometimes it's just like very like obviously like straight documents and stuff, but a lot of the time, like especially the like transcripts and text between characters are just straight up hilarious. Like the first beginning is like 2 interviews kind of like switching back and forth between Katie and Ezra with different people. It's a transcript of that. Those interviews are hilarious and really fast paced and fun. And then there are other parts like the AI's perspective and some of the like descriptions of events that are happening, which are just like really poetic. And it's like you would think that this wouldn't be a poetic story, but because of the way it's written, but sometimes it's like so beautifully written. There's a lot of fun moments and tragically awful moments, including murder of thousands of people. The sci-fi elements in this book aren't really like aliens and weird like the Force stuff. It's all grounded in science. Like some of it's more like theories and stuff like with wormholes, but it's all very like it's all science, like whether it's theoretical or really realistic. It's not like the alien thing. It's all humans fighting each other. The invaders, so it's kind of like 2 corporations fighting it out, which is cool because usually it's like the evil dictator, but this one is like corporations like fighting each other and killing people for power. That's fun, right? That's not a weird definition of fun. Overall, the story was epic and intense. So other than it being hard to get into and some of the side characters were hard to get attached to, there weren't really any other problems. There was one scene, like a video transcript, that was like really grand scale of one thing happening. And it was really chaotic and confusing. And I'm not even, like I read it and one of the characters, I wasn't even sure if they died or not. Like they were a really minor side character, like literally just for that scene. But I had no idea if they died or not, and I was very, very confused on what was happening because it was just so much trying to take in, and I'm not sure if it was just me, but that was one thing I had. And also, this is a really devastating complaint that ruined the book for me. Not really. This is a really small pet peeve, but it didn't describe any of the characters' appearances, which is fine. Like, I prefer when they describe them, or else all the characters just look like male and female versions of myself because I'm a vain narcissist and I'm beautiful, and why would you not want to look like me? I'm just kidding. No one wants to look like me. Not even me. Anyway, but it wasn't necessarily that was a problem, but two of the characters got, like, descriptions way later, and I had already gotten images in my head of them, which were just like boring looking like people that had nothing interesting about them, because when you don't give a description, your characters look really boring and have nothing interesting about them, like me. But other than my epic scar from splitting my head open, you can't even see it, can you? It wasn't like I split my skull open. Just the skin. It didn't hurt. I only needed 11 stitches. Not a big deal. But one of the descriptions that they added, like they were both unique, and one of them was actually really cool. And I was just disappointed that I had not been imagining the character with the cool appearance the whole time. Anyway, but this book has great use of foreshadowing. So if you're looking for a hilarious, well-written, epic, action-packed sci-fi, I would recommend this for you. I have to go because I'm running out of battery. Goodbye!